recently published a reel criticising socialism and redistribution using an old classroom grading allegory. Now, it's a classic trope that oversimplifies the real world. If it more closely modelled socialism, it would impart on students who are intelligent to help the students that needed help. A community that shares with the poor is a community we should all aspire to be a part of and contribute to. The issue that we have, however, is that Labor's redistribution isn't about giving to the poor and the more needy. It's about filling their own budget hole, one that's been created through excessive spending and excessive waste. Now, to balance things up, I thought what I'd do is give you another classroom allegory. This time, it's a simple model of unregulated capitalism. Okay, here we go. Imagine a classroom where the only currency is tokens, extra tokens. You need 60 tokens to pass, and you need 100 tokens to get an A. On day one of this class, however, the teacher doesn't distribute the tokens evenly. Some students get a lot more tokens because their parents contributed to the school, or their siblings went through earlier and got much better grades. Some students will receive 500 tokens. Most of the students receive only 10 tokens. Others have no tokens and have to rent a desk, immediately setting them up with -5 tokens. Now, the students who started with 500 tokens, they quickly realise they don't have to work at all. They can pay other students, smart students, to do their exams for them. But of course, those smart students are trying to earn enough money to pass themselves. They don't get paid quite enough to do that. The wealthiest students get straight A's without lifting a pen. The students doing the real work, they only receive 2 tokens per test. Now that's just enough to give them lunch, to pay their daily desk rental fee, but it's never actually enough to get ahead. Eventually, remember this is unregulated capitalism, eventually one student accumulates all the tokens. They use those tokens to monopolise. They buy all the desks, they buy the cafeteria, they buy the pens, they buy everything, and they rent it back to the rest of the students. If you want to pass the exam at the end of the year, you have to rent everything from the student that has everything. Most students, however, won't be able to afford the fee, and most will fail and become dependent on the richest student. Now, there's no safety net either in unregulated capitalism. So if a student gets sick, they lose their desk. It's rented to someone else immediately. Now, when failing students complain to the teacher just says, well, you have to innovate or work harder or work smarter and compete with your peers. But of course, the system is stacked against them. By the end of the semester, less than 1% of all the students have accumulated all the A's that they will never use or need. 80% of the class will fail because they couldn't afford the textbooks or the pens or the desks. The takeaway is that while socialism doesn't work, neither does unregulated capitalism. A fairer system is somewhere in the middle.